Joining us now is a Republican candidate who has not been muted. He has called the latest indictment of the former president a defining moment for the Republican Party. Former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson. Governor, welcome. We wanted to talk to you, first of all, to talk to some of the other candidates, but you have certainly stood alone with Chris Christie, Will Hurd, perhaps, in ignoring the polls. So, first of all, why do you think this is a defining moment? And does it change anything for the race, do you think? And how can you continue this way and ignore the polls and, you know, risk not being able to actually get on the stages and play a major part in this debate?
Well, the polls are real. Donald Trump's strength is a realistic proposition we all have to face. But we also have to look at the country. And whenever you look at what's a common appearance in court today, going in for an arraignment is an extraordinary time for our country. And there's a choice here. Do you support the rule of law and accountability, or do you support Donald Trump and support the chaos that he brings and a disregard for the rule of law? Those are the serious issues that we face as a country, but also as a party. And so, yes, I'm going against the grain. I hope that, and I believe firmly, that the Republican Party and the base will understand that Donald Trump had misled them. From day one, he knew that he had lost the election, but yet he continued to fight that. He continued to try to overthrow the election, which harmed our democracy, and he continues to mislead to today. And that fact should disqualify him from being president. That's all at stake. But for the Republican Party, it is about the rule of law. It's about our justice system. And while it's flawed, let's make corrections in it, but also let's make sure that we hold our officials accountable when they violate the law.
Governor Hutchinson, NBC spoke with some voters who were at an event for you yesterday. These are people who are taking this indictment seriously, and they tell NBC News they are worried that this growing legal circus, so to speak, that Trump is embroiled in is actually boosting him politically. Take a listen.
Every time we see a new indictment, we see a new excitement with his supporters. It's kind of a boomerang, and that worries me very much.
Do you agree? And is that a problem?
Well, sure, it's a problem, and this voter is recognizing the reality, but she's also saying it's worrisome. And so let's reevaluate this. And we're still 6 months away from the voting, and there's going to be a debate that's coming up that I want to participate in. I anticipate being there, and we're going to be able to raise these issues, and people are going to reevaluate who's going to be the leader of our country, who's going to be the leader of our party. And I think common sense is going to prevail, and the rule of law is going to prevail. There's going to be a lot of public relations here, but ultimately it winds up in the court of law, and facts make a difference.
But
and that's the serious part that both Donald Trump faces in our country.
Respectfully, though, do facts make a difference with Republican voters? Because there's some new polling from CNN and 69% of Republicans say Biden's win was not legitimate. And that number has actually gone up since June, or since May. 63% in May, 69% in July. These are people who've had access to the facts and to the truth, and they are choosing to believe Trump.
Well, it's problematic. I mean, I don't deny that there is a loyal following of Donald Trump, but I also know that, and I listen to them every day. I was in New Hampshire. I'm going to be in Iowa tonight, and people are understanding that there should be an alternative, that these are serious charges, and as the facts come out, they're going to listen to them. And so that's why you fight the battle. You just have one choice. You either coronate Donald Trump and say he's going to be the nominee of the party, you get in there and fight. You try to speak the truth, and that's what myself is doing as well as others. That's the nature of where we are. And if your audience wants to help me get on the debate stage, it's asa2024.com. I've got to have 40,000 different donors, and $1 counts, but that's what helps raise the issue and change the dynamics in the debate that we'll be having coming up in August.
So let's talk a little bit about the debate, because clearly what we've seen so far from you, from Chris Christie, from Will Hurd, from folks who have suggested he's not electable, like Nikki Haley, that has not resonated yet with Republican voters. And in fact, you probably saw that the former president put on Truth Social today that all he needs is another indictment, a fourth indictment, and then he'll secure the nomination. What is going to happen on that debate stage that could change the trajectory here, or at least start to? And I'll also give you an opportunity to say realistically what the chances are that you'll make that debate stage.
Well, we intend to make the debate stage. We have increased by 10,000 donors over the last couple of weeks. That's a big step forward, but it's all dependent upon your audience and others that can help us out to get there. But what will happen on that debate stage is, one, a contrast between Donald Trump and the way he leads and the way he creates chaos, and those that want to be serious leaders. I think people recognize these are serious times that we face, both economically with our debt, with the international challenges that the United States faces. We're strained as a country, and it takes serious leaders. Who's going to lead our country? Is it going to be somebody who is under 3 different indictments that we don't know the outcome of those as voting starts occurring? Right now, people understand and believe that the Department of Justice has acted unfairly. But we have to be able to convince them that our leadership, serious leaders, will be more effective than the chaos that Donald Trump has brought us.
Former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson, thank you very much for offering your perspective on this and taking the time with us this afternoon.